You're ready to go. I need to get rid of that. Yep. All right, good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, thumbs up. All right. Welcome to our first hybrid service of One Heart, One Mind Center for Spiritual Living. And we're going to kick things off. Well, Jesse Powers is going to kick things off with some music for us. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you so much. Well, we're going to start things off by accepting our joy, because there's so much joy being given to us all the time, but if we don't accept it, then we'll never have it. It's like someone trying to hug you and you just stand there with your arms by your side and tell them not to hug you, you know. Here you go. Sunshine on my face and the day is made of magic. Sometimes I still find a way to make my life feel tragic. Good things pour down on me like summer rain, it's so warm. I try to run, but it's so much better to dance in the storm. See, I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love, 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 in the heart of love. Things crumble into chaos and I don't know where to turn next. Feels like I'm a failure, but I know it's all for the best. Good things are coming my way, but if I can't see them yet, and if I open my eyes and trust, I'll see that I've been blessed. Oh, I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love, 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 in the heart of love. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. And I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love, 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 in the heart of love. Everybody take a deep breath. Arrive here, wherever here is for you. And now, ooh, we are standing in the heart of love, expanding in every second. In the heart of love, in the heart of love, in the heart of love, in the heart of love. Oh, in the heart of love, in the heart of love, in the heart of love, in the heart of love.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Jesse. And our practitioner of the day is Reverend Leslie Massopust, and she is going to do our opening prayer for us. Good morning, Leslie.
Let's all close our eyes and take a gentle breath as we come together in Thanksgiving. This time of the year, when we can get together with family and friends and share the stories of the past and goals for the future. And we are thankful for the beauty of God's creation that is all around us and the mystery that it presents in our lives. And we're glad and know how blessed that we are for the support of all the members of our church family in what we've learned, what we've done, what we've accomplished, and what is yet to be. And we are grateful that God is at the center of all of this, and that God is here right now present as each of us. And it is that power, that knowingness that is expressed in this Sunday service today. And we are grateful for all that unfolds before us, knowing that life is absolutely wonderful, and being together here at this center with what it has to offer is one of the great lights of our life. And so it is. Friday morning, as I was contemplating on what it was that I could say that would, in keeping with the theme that Reverend Michelle had picked out for today, lo and behold, something popped up. And it has to do with being thankful. And it says, be thankful. It says, be thankful that you don't have everything that you desire. If you did, what would be there to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something, for it gives you an opportunity to learn. Be thankful for difficult times. During those times, you grow. Be thankful for your limitations, because they give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for your mistakes. They will teach you valuable lessons. Be thankful when you're tired and weary, because it means you have made a difference. It's easy to be thankful for the good things. A life of rich fulfillment comes to those who are also thankful for the setbacks. Find a way to be thankful for your troubles, and they can become your blessings. And that's by Alberto Casey.
Thanks, Reverend Leslie. That was beautiful, as always. I'm so glad you're with us online. And Jesse, you have some more music for us?
Sorry, I was typing in the comments that was so nourishing and beautiful, but now I don't have to type it.
Tell us.
Remind me, are we about to go into like a meditative space? Not yet.
Nope, I'm going to speak right after you're complete when you lift us up. And so
all right, great. We're gonna rise up. These days I've been having trouble waking up. I'd rather stay asleep than try to believe in a higher love. I think I'm fooling everybody else. I say that I know that I'm loved, but I don't, 'cause I'm still punishing myself. And I've been holding it in, this brilliant light. They told me it was intimidating, so I've been keeping it inside. When I woke up this morning, I realized that something this bright is destined to rise. So I gotta rise. I'm gonna rise up from my bed, get into my body and out of my head. I'm letting go of holding on to the notion that something's always wrong. I'm incredible, it's beautiful, this life that I live. So I'm gonna hold my head high like the queen that I am, living my life for the wonder that it is. trouble getting by. Stuck still in a tiny bubble, just watching my life roll by. And I get anxious, I'm afraid of everyone else. But to be honest, it just gets worse when I'm alone with myself. See, I've been holding it back, this power inside, too scared to act. So I live in my mind, but now I see power is in my nature. Just like day comes after night, naturally I gotta rise, I gotta rise. So I'm gonna rise up from my bed, get into my body and out of my head. I'm letting go of holding on to the notion that something's always wrong. I'm incredible, it's beautiful, this life that I live. So I'm gonna hold my head high like the queen that I am, living my life for the wonder that it is. It ain't enough to just believe. Living life is a physical kind of spirituality. It ain't just in the movement of your mind, it's the movement of your feet. It's in the steps that you take. It's the longing alive. It's the love that you make. It's the way that you rise. So I'm gonna rise up from my bed, get into my body and out of my head. I'm letting go of holding on to the notion that something is wrong. I'm gonna rise up from my bed, get into my body and out of my head. I'm letting go of holding on to the notion that something's always wrong. I'm incredible, it's beautiful, this life that I live. So I'm gonna hold my head high like the queen that I am. Are you gonna hold your head high like the king or queen you are? So I'm gonna hold my head high, hold my head high, hold my head high, hold my head high, hold my head high like the queen that I am, living my life for the wonder that it is.
Thank you, Jessie. The wonder that you are, I'm telling you, that was fabulous. Well, good morning again. This is our first hybrid Sunday service from One Heart, One Mind. We've got our spiritual family that's online, and we have our spiritual family that's here. Kind of a fun experiment, right? I actually got hugs this morning. So as you probably know, we are talking about home this month. That's our monthly theme for November is home. And mostly we've been focusing on our metaphorical home, the natural home of God that is within us, our divine self. We've been mostly living there. And, you know, I mean, really, when you think about it, we are these wonderful beings that are living in the divine, in the essence of God all around us. And we are gifted with being able to express that in human form. You know, we are literally an expression of the divine. We're expressing the divine as Michelle and as Rob and as Gisela and Jim and Sonia and Relaine and all of you get the point. We are the expression of the divine in form. And it's such a gift, and it's also a responsibility. And not, you know, a weighty responsibility, but a responsibility to manage and to be aware of what we think and feel and how we behave in the world. But the good news is that everything we need to express the goodness of God is already within it. It is right where we are. We're immersed in an ocean of goodness. We don't have to go anywhere to find the goodness. We don't have to go anywhere to find God. It is right here, right now, right where we are. And that kind of makes our responsibility and our job to express easily. It sounds so simple when I say it. It is not always as easy to apply. But think of it this way. Here we are living in this, we are immersed in an ocean of goodness. We are immersed in the love of the divine. We live, move, and have our being in this divinity. And we also live, move, and have our being in the law of life. So here we are. We're living in the beingness of God, and we also live in this law of life that corresponds itself to the atmosphere of whatever we're thinking and feeling, and however we are in the world, the state of being. And it kind of makes our job of expressing the good in the world a little bit different. And I don't know of any other spiritual practice or spiritual tool that we have at our disposal than the power of gratitude. And that's what we're talking about today, is how to allow gratitude to help us express the God that we are already immersed in. So, and I don't think there's any more perfect time of the year than right now, as we're moving into that Thanksgiving week and moving into the holiday season, to practice gratitude, to be grateful for all things, you know. And the holiday season is an interesting time of year. It brings up all kinds of stuff for us, right? I mean, it really does invite people to be in that sincere connection of generosity and a feeling of upliftment. You know, it gives us a sense of connection and belonging, and yet it also can be really challenging. You know, we have finances and we have to navigate family, and sometimes the holiday season can bring up old traumas that have yet to be healed, old family dynamics that are old and tired and we need to let go of, but we just haven't healed them yet. All of this can come up for us in the holiday season. And so I'm suggesting this year that we greet it all with a sense of gratitude, with a sense of knowing who and what we are as we celebrate, as we move into this holiday season. And you know, sacred literature talks about the power of gratitude through all different spiritual traditions. It points out to us that this is a practice that can enable us to get through anything that is going on in our humanness, anything that's going on in our human world. I have a few that I wanted to share with you. So Buddhism teaches that gratitude is one of the 8 pillars of joy. Do you love that? One of the 8 pillars of joy. The Dalai Lama said that the roots of goodness lie in the soil of appreciation. I can just see the roots of good. I can just see the goodness coming up and blossoming in the world through our sense of appreciation and oneness. Gratitude is the foundation of Judaism. Judaism teaches the creativity, the heartfulness, the courage, the joy, the forgiveness, all anchored in gratitude. You know what I'm doing? I'm finding it difficult to know where to look. Do I look at the camera? Do I look at the people in the room? So if I'm looking at you, just know I'm looking at you all. So let's see. Christianity teaches us to rejoice always and give thanks in all things, which is really the title of today's talk. In all things, give thanks. And New Thought, which we come under the umbrella of, Centers for Spiritual Living, teaches, and Ernest Holmes, our founder, put it this way: there is something in Thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of faith and acceptance. So I can feel the movement in that when I'm saying it. Beyond the field of doubt, into the field of love, of certainty, of stability, of the all that is. And he goes on to say, gratitude is the power that attracts and magnifies the potential of life. You know, the expression of God, you know, and honestly, we don't even really have to do anything to let that happen. We have to allow it. Have you noticed that when you sit in the resonance of gratitude, it feels as if you are well, it's like a feeling of well-being and just oneness, and you can just allow that good to move through you. I love that. And here's the thing, whenever messy things happen to be happening in our human lives, gratitude takes us out of that kind of pigeonholed human view that we might be seeing through and gives us that larger perspective so that we can really see through the lens of the divine. You know, honestly, some of the most profound, transformative experiences that I've had using the power of gratitude, some have been consciously created by me or cultivated within me, and some have just happened to me through the power of grace. through the grace of the divine. And many of them have happened during periods of time when I was really challenged, when I was really having an experience that wasn't that fun, when I felt overwhelmed. I'm recalling one time when we lived in Oregon. It was not too long after my father had made his transition, maybe 2 or 3 months. And I was still doing all the upkeep on their house. They lived in this beautiful house out in the country on 6 acres, but it was far away from anything else. It was far away from hospitals and stores and any kind of amenities. It was way out there. And Dad had passed away, and we had moved Mom into assisted living, and I was still caring for the house, and I managed their estate. And so I was in charge of trying to sell the house, which was proving to be a little challenging. We'd only had like 1 or 2 people even interested. Finally, we got an offer on the place, which I accepted. And then all of these complications started rolling in, something about the septic tank and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I was driving home one day and it looked like the sale wasn't going to happen. And I was feeling really down. You got to remember, I was still grieving my father at this point, and I was feeling kind of the weight of the world. I'm one of 7 siblings, but I was the closest to them. So I was kind of the manager of it all. I was just feeling down. Overwhelmed is the best way to put it. I was in a dark place. So I'm driving home, and it was right after a storm. And those big white fluffy clouds that fill the sky as the storm is kind of moving past. Well, I'm on the freeway, and I kind of felt like my father was there with me, like he was driving in the car with me. And I had this sense of starting, my dark moment was starting to ease, and right in front of me 2 of these big fluffy clouds parted. And have you ever seen those drawings, paintings, where the rays of light come through and it looks like God is coming through at you? Well, I had one of those, and I looked at it and I was washed in gratitude, just washed. It was a moment of real upliftment. I felt a sense of well-being, of being cared for. It was absolute love. And it was the energy and the resonance and the vibration of gratitude itself. And I just all of a sudden knew everything was going to be okay. And I just relaxed in that and felt grateful just for being alive. Not for anything that was going on, because what was going on was not really what I wanted to see. But I knew that moving into that feeling of gratitude was an acknowledgement that this is okay. This has come to pass, and it will. And I'm learning from this, and the possibility of what was there in the divine opened up for me. And the next day, I had this idea of what would make the sale go through, and I made a few calls, and the sale was back on, and we sold the house. So it was that sense of creative energy of gratitude, because gratitude is a real creative energy. It's a vibrance of, yes, let's get in there and make something new happen and allowing. And I followed that. And of course, the next day, everything worked out. And gratitude changes our perception. It changes the way we look at everything. It reminds me of that line in Genesis that says, and God, what was it? It said, God saw everything he had made and said, behold, it is good and very good. And gratitude moves us into that space. No matter what's happening, it is good and very good. Puts us in that view where we're seeing everything that is happening and knowing that this is the human process we're walking through, and it is moving us towards good. I mean, life moves towards the expression of love. It's why we're here, to be the presence and the power of love, and nothing gets us there more easily, more effortlessly, and with so much joy than gratitude does. In our humanness, often we want to be grateful for what we've already been given, for everything that we want and would like to see in our lives. Have you ever been there when you're looking around and you're going, yeah, I'm grateful when, the perfect relationship shows up, or the money shows up, or my health is a little better, or I lose 10 pounds, or whatever it is. But that's not how life works. As metaphysicians, we know that is not how life works. First, we create the vibration and the intention within us. We create the consciousness, and then we experience it in the world. And then we move into the what is possible for us. So, gratitude is that creative consciousness. It's why St. Paul said, in all things give thanks. He didn't say, yeah, wait a minute, don't be thankful yet. Wait until you get everything you want, and then you can move into gratitude. In all things give thanks means that we are thankful for the things that still don't look exactly like we want them to look. But we know that they can, and they will. All is well, no matter what is happening in the chaos and the confusion of our humanness. We move into that space of allowing, of letting life happen. Einstein told us that we have to decide whether we think the universe is friendly or if we think it's hostile. That's our job. And that's the responsibility I was talking about. That's our job, to decide, what do we really believe about the nature of life, about the nature of God, about how we can either engage and participate with what is always moving towards good, or, oh my, I got to protect myself. I don't know about this world. I don't trust life. It's not so great. How are we going to approach things? Gratitude moves us into that place of being able to engage with the love that is all around us, the presence of the divine everywhere, and also to engage with the law of life. Love leads the way, law makes the way possible. We live that. And think about what happens when you go into a sense of gratitude. Think about how you feel inside. I'm so grateful to be alive. I mean, there are times when it's tough and it feels unnatural to be grateful. I'm supposed to be grateful for this? Are you kidding me? But when you finally move into that place of, and cultivate that and nurture that sense of connection and well-being that's always alive in us, it shifts the perspective, our perspective on everything. It opens us up. So, Einstein is right. We do have to decide, how am I going to approach this? We're really not here to make everything perfect in our life. We're not really here to make our lives perfect. What we're here to do is to express the perfection of God that is already within us and that wants to move through us and bring it into the world of form. That's our job. We're emissaries of the divine. We're emissaries of love. And as I said earlier, our responsibility is to watch how we think and what we feel and the way that we move and be in the world. That's what we do. That's the perfection that we're drawing forward. So here's what I think. I think that if we really want to make our holiday season meaningful, and that means sometimes engaging with the things that are not so pleasant about the holidays. Maybe we still got some family stuff that we're dealing with. But when we engage with everything in a sense of gratitude, this too is okay. This is a healing moment for me. This is the way in which I express love in a deeper way. As I present myself, is the love that is already within me. What if, to make our holiday season a little bit more meaningful, aside just having a great meal with friends and family, which is really cool too. We always like to do that, especially here in Centers for Spiritual Living. We love to eat. What if we gave thanks for everything that happened, including the places where we don't feel as comfortable? What if we engaged with everything purposefully to be grateful? How did that change us? Even in circumstances that don't seem to warrant our gratitude, like a traffic jam or a burnt turkey, or what, an unexpected guest that shows up. What if we engage with everything and just relaxed in the sense, the resonance and the vibration of gratitude that all is well, and I'm going to move through this with grace. What if we did that? Wouldn't that change everything for us? I mean, really, when you think about it, gratitude is kind of like holding the high watch of being aware of how you think and what you feel and what you're doing in the world and how you engage with everyone, regardless of what the circumstances look like. You know, when we were in person at the temple or in Sorrento Valley, we used to have people hold the high watch, to just hold the presence of God. What if we did that in our lives? We hold the high watch for our life. We watch what we're thinking. I know a lot of us do that already, but sometimes I go unconscious. You ever go unconscious and just go, oh, well, I'm not sure, you know, I don't really like this. You know, because we're expressions of the divine, and the nature of God is absolute givingness. It's everywhere present, always giving to its creation through and as our lives. What if we try and nurture that natural home that we've been talking about all month as a feeling of gratitude? How would that change our lives? How would that change our experience of the holidays? Alan Cohen, who's a spiritual writer, you might have heard of him. He wrote The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore. And in his book, he talks about gratitude, and he says, when we begin to notice, really notice what we already have and how good things already are, he didn't say that, I did, and live in a sense of thankfulness, we find more things to appreciate. And the opposite is well too. If all we do is look at the things that we don't have and things that we don't like, if all we do is think about or live in the observation of limitation and lack, then we will have more and more lack and limitation show up for us in our lives. You know, do you remember Al Neville's, who is some of you that have been at OHOM for a long time remember beautiful Al Neville's? I miss him. He was great. And he and Jackie still live over in La Jolla, I think. But he used to always say, energy flow where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes, and that's it. And if I'm grateful, I'm looking at the stuff that I really want to experience and have more of in my life. You know, it's very much like the biblical saying, to them that have, more will be given. To them that have, more will be given, because they're living in the abundance and the flushness and the fullness of the divine. And so if they're focused on, I have everything I need, well, then they have everything they need. When we focus on, we don't have everything we need, we don't get more. So, I mean, do you remember, I just realized I'm giving examples from all different people that we've had in our experience at One Heart, One Mind. Do you remember Deborah Purdue, who did the wonderful workshop for us on gratitude? She has several different books on gratitude. And in the latest one she sent me a copy of, she wrote this. I thought this was pretty interesting about gratitude too. I went from being a complainer and enjoying regular pity parties for no reason really, to realizing how non-productive that was. Why not look at what is right, what is going well, rather than focusing on problems? This was a huge revelation to me. And of course, our very own Jim Massopust, author here, loves to tell the story of his adventure from lack and the shift that gratitude made in his life. It was the magic. It's not really magic, but it feels that way. The amazing shift that gratitude made for him to go from not having what he needed and wanted to having a fullness of what he needed and wanted in his wife. You know, and here's the thing that I really got out of your book, Jim, and maybe you, I'm sure you've thought of it, is it isn't just that you got the things that you needed to support a happy and a wonderful and a fulfilled life, but you actually became grateful for the experience itself. Not that you would ever really want to do it again, but it was walking through that experience. You got to the other side and realized that you wouldn't be where you are without having walked through that experience. And by the divine grace of God or surrounding you, you were able to do it. And you were able to find what you needed, and you were guided and supported. How cool is that? I think that That's another thing that that gratitude does for us. It helps us to move through something with a sense of allowing and well-being. I'm going to talk about one last, oh no, I have two more authors to talk about. Lynn Twist wrote a book called The Soul of Money, and I love this book, but this particular passage that she wrote has always really uplifted me. I think it's brilliant. So I'm going to share it with you. So Lynn Twist in The Soul of Money said that there are two branches of say Thanksgiving, of gratitude. One is gratefulness, and the other is Thanksgiving. And she goes on to explain that gratefulness is the branch when the bowl of life is so full that it's almost overflowing, but not quite. So full that it's almost bowed at the top, but not yet just quite dripping down to the edges. And that's the experience of the great fullness of life. Can you feel that? The great fullness of life within you. And then she said, when you're in the great fullness of life, you're one with God, and there is no other out there. You're with everything. You're one with everything. And then she says that that it is so fulfilling that the bowl of life gives way and overflows at last. And everything overflows into everything. And then she says that you move into that second branch of Thanksgiving. When you're in the space of Thanksgiving, the bowl of life absolutely overflowing, you're grateful for the other. You're grateful for everything else in your world, in your life. And she goes on to say, because all you want to do is give. All you want to do is contribute and serve and share and give and make a difference. Do you love that? I just love that idea. And that is so fulfilling that it puts you right back into the other branch, in the experience of the great fullness of life again, when you're one with God and there is no other. And isn't that the way of life and the way of gratitude? We move into that place of being so grateful, and we fill up and fill up and fill up and have everything we need until we just spill over into life. You know, the nature of God is to give. Ernest Holmes, our founder, talked endlessly about the givingness of spirit to its creation. And we are one with that. So when we sit in gratitude and get the fullness of life, we naturally spill over into giving. That's what we do. I feel called to give when I'm full. You know, sometimes there'll be moments when I'm alone and I'll see something really beautiful in nature, like a rainbow, or the experience I told you about before with the sunlight. And I'm there experiencing it myself, but I feel like it would make it all the better if I had someone to share it with. Have you ever felt like that? It's like, this is so great. I gotta tell you about it. Because we are the expressions of the divine, wanting to give to everything we create as well. It's a wonderful place to be. So I just gave you a lot of examples from a lot of different people about what happens when we move into that sense of gratitude. And you know, really giving thanks is the best antidote, I think, for the things that we experience in our humanness, for anxiety and depression, hopelessness and helplessness. Gratitude pulls us out of that and says, you know what, this is possible. You know, look from this divine presence where everything is good, where everything is possible. So I'm just thinking that maybe we can start by just making simple lists about the things that we're grateful for. How about we start right now? You know, we can be grateful for the ability to be on technology and have all these people from all over the country join us. Be grateful for this room and the space we're in. Be grateful for the food we have. Be grateful for the clothes on our back. Be grateful for the shelter we have. Be grateful for everything. Be grateful for all of the things that people have done for us. Little things, holding the door, giving a smile, contributing to us, just being present with us. What if we are grateful for all of the talents and the skills and the wonderful things that we have personally, so that we can give and be of service and be one with the other in our fulfillment of life. And what if we are grateful for all of the things that we didn't ever really want to have to experience? And rather than call them challenges and problems, we call them blessings. What if we could look at the things that we feel loss for? The loss of my dog, loss of my dad, I've lost jobs, I have 2 sons that are alcoholics it's been a real challenge to deal with. Those things have grown me and shaped me and pulled me in ways that I wouldn't have been pulled and shaped and grown unless I had walked through them. So in a real sense, these are the blessings that we experience in our life. That's what we're here for, is to be pulled in new ways that expand us. So I feel like I've gone on and on here. So here's the thing. I'm going to wind this up. From right now until the first of the year, we have 6 weeks. So I propose that we do a collective experiment in consciousness. And we come together in consciousness, whether we're in a group or individually, and we are grateful for everything that One Heart, One Mind has to offer us. And we're grateful for the people, and we're grateful for the things we learn, and we're grateful for what we have not experienced in form yet. For an expansion in numbers, an expansion in prosperity, in the ways that we can serve and be in the world. And what if we do that in our own lives as well? We are grateful for everything that comes our way, for being able to put our feet on the floor in the morning, for waking up, for being able to take a deep breath, for all of the challenges that come along that we're going to label blessings. What if we do that as a collective experiment for the next 6 weeks? We'll probably want to keep doing it after we do that, but let's do it because, you know, whatever we want to demonstrate, we know that we have to create in consciousness first. And so gratitude puts us in that place of creation and allowing and expansion. So I'm going to stop here, but I wanted to end by sharing one more author, Pam Grant, who wrote Think and Grow Rich. I love her. She's so funny. And she said this, she said, say thank you for every single thing that happens, no matter what. Feel free to improvise, arigato, gracias, however you want, but there are no exceptions, no exemptions, and no excuses. So I invite us all through this week, through this 6 months, to live in a state of gratitude. Whether or not you are cultivating it in your own heart deliberately and nurturing it, which we often have to do, or whether it just happens spontaneously. Live in a state of gratitude. And you can feel the difference. You can feel the difference of living in a state of gratitude and not. So I just want to wish everybody, as we move into this Thanksgiving week, a happy and really a joyous and a grateful Thanksgiving. All right? Let's move into prayer. So I take a nice deep centering breath in, stay centered in the all that is, and the resonance and the vibration of gratitude itself. I feel it magnifying and moving and expanding into the infinite nature of the divine, which we are all a part of. There is no separation between God and us. We are one, one, one. We are one, one, one. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is our life now. So I speak my word for and about each and every person who is present in this room, online, on this planet, that there is a shift in consciousness, that there's a new way of being and thinking and feeling, a new resonance of life within us that is expressed in such amazing ways for ourselves and for everyone else in the atmosphere of our being, which is pretty much everyone. So I just move into that state of joy, of thanksgiving, of allowing, of love, generosity of spirit, and all of the good, juicy things that we know the divine is. And we express it in the world. We are immersed in an ocean of love and an ocean of law. So I just relax in this knowing. I allow it to be. And together we signify our agreement by saying, and so it is. That was fun. A real-time talk. So this is our time for conscious giving, and I'm trying to remember. It's Elaine. Thank you. Elaine, would you like to move us into our time of conscious giving?
Sure. So this is a great time. We're talking about Thanksgiving and, Reverend Michelle's talk and having a hybrid service where we can Zoom with people everywhere and have in-person service. It's really quite an amazing gift that we're receiving this morning. And so this is a great time to give to One Heart, One Mind for all the energy and effort and equipment, everything we've done to create this beautiful service this morning, plus all the exciting and innovative things that are still to come. So there's an affirmation that I'd like to share, and you can give through Venmo, or you can send a check to Jim Massopust, our assistant treasurer. And there's also a affirmation that we like to say together. Can we share that?
Nope. Oh, we don't have it.
We don't have it. I'll make one up.
Yeah, please do. Make fun of. It's
Yeah.
all about improvising today.
Yeah, I like it. I'd rather do that anyway. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that we have this opportunity to be together and to give together and to receive together. So please give of your heart all that you receive today and beyond, and in this connection, this community with each other, One Heart, One Mind and beyond. And just remember to give financially to our wonderful community so that we can keep going with these really amazing and great things. And I know that everyone that's involved in creating this today worked really hard to make this happen, because we really believe in our community and the spiritual messages and the connection that we have together. It really is truly wonderful. And so it is.
Thank you, Elaine. Yvonne, are you on?
I'm on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep, can hear you now.
I'm here with our announcements. Monday evening prayer group is from 6 to 6:20 on Monday evening. And we invite you to join us on Zoom as we silently pray for One Heart, One Mind Center. Tuesday evening, this Tuesday evening from 6 to 7, we'll be discussing another spiritual practice from the book Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. We will be talking about segment intending. And if you would like to read about it first, Reverend Michelle will be happy to send it to you, the part we're going to be talking about. Everyone is welcome, and we would love to have you join us. It gets really interesting and fun. So think about that. On Saturday, December 12th, repeating Saturday, December 12th, we will have our interfaith service on Zoom.
Actually, it's the 3rd.
It is?
It's the 3rd.
How did I get the 12th?
I don't know.
Thank you. That would make me mad if I missed the whole thing because I had things up that they shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's the 12th, 3rd.
Okay, December 3rd. We'll join together with the Havra Synagogue in Ashland, Oregon, and it will be in place of our usual Sunday service. So you have to remember that part for sure. It'll be led by Reverend Michelle and Rabbi David, and we'll focus on compassion. And it promises to be a great service. And we would love you to invite anybody that you think of that might enjoy hearing it. It's those two together. Rabbi David and Michelle are a great, they do a great job.
Collaboration.
Working together. Yeah. As you know, our center has adopted a family through Interfaith Services in Escondido, and it's a single mother with 3 children. And I just am reminding you that we need to have donations as soon as you can do it, so that we are able to present them with a really wonderful Christmas. So, and be sure whatever you send in for donations, be sure that it's labeled where you want it to go. Unexpected income, I'm just so blown away by this. It's still going on and we've surpassed $3,000. Isn't that so cool? I love it. So if you send that money in, be sure you say that it's unexpected income. And I also got another $10 from from bingo. I tell you, I'm really hot. Anyway, also there's a kindness fund that you can donate to, and the kindness fund you can donate things other than just money. If you want to deliver some kindness to someone that lives near you, or you want to offer some ideas about things that would be fun as a kindness gift, you're welcome to do that. And also we have a music fund, and the music fund, all of these funds that we want you to donate to, and you want to, because we get wonderful people like Jesse. You don't have to send in a ton of money. You could do it over time, or you can work out something that so it fits with your giving. And I think that's everything. Except December 3rd. Remember.
Great job. Great job. You hit all the highlights. Appreciate it.
Good.
So now well, are we going to have Relaine do the benediction?
Yeah.
And then we'll do, so if Relaine, if you would like to do the benediction, the closing prayer, and then we'll have Jesse do our final song.
All right, so everyone on Zoom and in person, let's just all join together and feel the presence of Spirit. This connection that we have just everywhere, in and through us, in and of and through the universe. And it is just so full of that electric magnetic energy of gratitude right now, connecting us all and just giving us this incredible feeling of well-being and love, and all the wonderful qualities and attributes of God. And so I'm so grateful for this overwhelming feeling of goodness that is flowing in and of and through and connecting with each and every one of us through our hearts, through our bodies, through our souls and spirits. And so thank you, God, that we have one heart, one mind. We have Reverend Michelle, Jesse Powers, all the practitioners, and everyone in the community that is a part of One Heart, One Mind. Thank you, God, that we have all of each other and our family and friends and everyone beyond, our pets and animals, and it can keep going and keep flowing. And so I release this prayer into divine law, knowing it is already so. And I simply say with all of you, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Relaine. What you got for us, Jesse?
Well, I was thinking we could all just go out in a prayer sort of way. So let's all take a really deep breath and celebrate the enoughness. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough. And I am loved. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough. I do enough. And I am loved. Sing it to yourself or out loud. I am enough. loved. Ready? I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am enough. I am enough. I have enough. I have enough. We have so much. I do enough just breathing, and I am loved. One more time. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough, and I am loved. I am loved.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. That was awesome. And yeah, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Reverend Leslie for our practitioner, being practitioner. Relaine for doing the meditation for me this morning. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Everybody who's here in the room, everybody who's online. Jean for making most of this all possible. Just everybody. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. So we can chit chat for a while. The people in the room, if they want to chat, we can turn the camera towards them. If they want to say something. Anybody online want to